how can I start a tax problem resolution business solo, or how I can start a tax resolution business completely solo or all by myself. That's what I did, guys. Just like you guys, and I see most of you guys here have prepared or prepared taxes. That's what I did. Back prior to me getting in the tax resolution business, I didn't go right into the tax resolution business. When I decided to make a career change, and as I mentioned earlier, I was an EMT paramedic for a long time. After I got out of that industry, and actually in my little video, my animated video, it talks about I ended up getting fired from that job. I wasn't able to drive an ambulance anymore. So I ended up making a career change then. I ended up getting into the real estate industry, the mortgage industry. I did that for a few years, even considered becoming a minister at the time. So there was all kinds of things were happening. But one of the things that I had actually kind of started dabbling in was preparing taxes. So back in, I believe it was 2012 is when I first got my tax, became I believe in California it's the C-Tech. I became a C-Tech tax preparer and started preparing taxes on the side. I started building a very small tax practice. And while I was building that tax practice in my financial service practice at the time, that's when it kind of clicked in my ear. Doing taxes was okay, but I thought that there was more to taxes that I could do. And that's where I kind of remembered the story where Ernie has said, you'd be really good in the tax resolution business. So I ended up learning more about becoming an enrolled agent and self-studying, as I mentioned earlier. And then after I became an enrolled agent, even before I became an enrolled agent officially, I actually went to a training by Jason Bowman, did a training, and you can write down this name and I'll bring it up later. Jason Bowman was doing some trainings on how to start a tax resolution business. And attending that training, I realized, wow, I can do tax resolution as a solo, all by myself, very similar to tax prep. And I was already getting a small amount of clients coming to me because I was preparing taxes. And obviously when you prepare taxes, people end up with large balance due or balances they can't pay. So it's almost the beginning introduction of doing tax resolution. I'm taking a look at these questions. So, and if you guys have a question as I'm talking, please just jump in. I love for this to be more of a conversation. Sometimes it's hard just to talk kind of seminar style here. So feel free to ask questions as I'm talking about here. So to answer this question, yes, you can definitely start a tax resolution business solo. In fact, I did that for years. Way before my wife joined me in the business, I was handling it all by myself. My challenge was I was growing really fast. And one thing, if you guys are looking at this industry, tax resolution business, it's exploding. There is not enough people involved in this industry to help the amount of people that are in trouble. Right now, and I mentioned this on the last call, I'm averaging 10 to 15 people per day requesting my services. So I can actually pick and choose who I want to work with. In fact, I've gotten to the point where I only talk to people who pre-book appointments with me. One of the things that I do is I in all my marketing, I share my actual online calendar with people and have them book their own appointments. So I'm getting so many leads right now for my marketing efforts that even people that are emailing me or requesting me to call them back, I'm not even calling them back. I'm more just dealing with people that are already pre-booking appointments. I figured if they're pre-booking an appointment, they're ready to go instead of me having to call somebody. Tammy just asked, when you have that many people, how do you handle the workload? How many staff members do you have? Great question, Tammy. I'm actually going to talk about that as we go. Okay. That is actually one of the questions I answer. Andy had mentioned he likes having, I like having the idea of having help, but I don't like the idea of having high overhead or payroll costs.